Hello wine snobs, welcome to Cellar update number 4. Today we're going to look at 2 wines I thought you might be interested. I decided to add more of these wines to the cellar as they recently became available. The first one is a Rioja from Spain by Bodegas Urbina. I recently took a look at the 1994 vintage and was very impressed with how it showed. It had 26 years to integrate, and it really showed. The acids and the typical of Tempranillo, that acidity, and those big bold tannins had enough time to better, more perfectly integrate. And once opened up, a deep, rich, tart plum and mineral slate emerged as well. It really was very well composed, quite impressively composed, I might say, for a 26-year-old vintage. It's really a testament to the winemaker and their craft. This is an interesting winemaker. It's not very often that you run into a winemaker who releases their wines literally 20 years down the road. These are, for all intents and purposes, hidden gems. People who make absolutely no compromise in their wine and rushing it to the bottle or to the glass. Either way, they choose not to, and they choose to release the wine when they feel it is ready. The Urbina wines are very well crafted. I wish I had picked up more of the 1994 vintage when they're available. Unfortunately, they sold out very shortly after I posted my review. Not long after, the 1999 vintage came available as well, and this 2000 vintage here. I highly recommend you watch this specific winemaker and look out for any releases as they come up. It's definitely a good showpiece for your cellar. It can stand in as a good example of what Tempranillo should look like and all it could be. It's a little known winemaker, and that's perhaps why it comes in at such an attractive price. Yet again, a testament to my saying in the old adage, not all good wines are expensive, and not all expensive wines are good. At $28, this is beyond a bargain. You can't even cellar it for this price. So check it out. There's a link below to my review of the 1994 and instructions or links on how to purchase and where to order yours. Keep a lookout, and if you're on Instagram, check the feed often, and from time to time I'll put out WineSnob alerts when certain special or specific bottles of wine or vintages are available. Our second wine in this cellar update is another Rioja from Spain. This one is by R. Lopez Heredia. It's a very long name. I'll post it below. But I recently discovered these while shopping around on wine.com, and I was impressed with their offering. Very much, or not unlike the previous Rioja we looked at, the Urbina. These folks also take their time in releasing their wines. It's very important, especially for Tempranillo from this region. It needs a lot of time to really perfectly integrate and cannot be rushed to the glass. I highly recommend you take a look at any one of the R. Lopez wines. They're definitely a treat and a really fine example of what Tempranillo was intended to look like and what Tempranillo can be, especially when allowed to age appropriately. So there you have it, wine snobs. This is Cellar update number 4, and today we are adding the Rioja by Urbina and another Rioja by R. Lopez. These are 2 exceptional Riojas, and probably as good as you're gonna get this side of the globe here. They're currently available. Any one of the R. Lopez, those tend to be in much more stock, much more available. The Urbinas tend to come more sporadically and in more limited stock, and there's actually limits on how much you can order. They're both very fine Riojas. The Urbina especially stands as a shining example of everything Rioja could look like and be like. I highly recommend you explore these 2 for an example and into how Riojas and Tempranillo, more especially, expresses itself when appropriately aged and when made in a very uncompromising manner. So let me know what you think if you get to try any one of these. There's links below in the description to my review, and with links as well to where you can order these wines. I would love to see your notes, what you thought of it, and connect with me on Instagram, Twitter, or on the blog as well, and share your thoughts with me. Be sure to tag me, and until then, cheers, WineSnob.